That said, procedure is important, and the courts have said so. And any person or anybody that is charged with anything ought to be sure that it has a procedure and that procedure is followed. So it's an important thing. But politics is just politics. Our politics, generally, we do not have what you may call the hygiene, so that it is the same players who complain and the same players who violate. So when political parties are violating their own constitutions, they are violating their own nomination processes, they are discriminating people, how do they then expect that IBC would be fair to them and so on? So when they have their own rules in nomination, there's an issue. When IBC is presiding over this, there's an issue. So I think we just need to call ourselves to some form of order and say, look, perhaps we just have to sanitize our processes, whether it's in the IBC, whether it's in the political parties, whether it's in the National Assembly. Because as long as we are sending different messages, then law-abiding or rule of law becomes very dicey. But if we know it's wrong to bribe, look at what has been happening. Look at what happened in Malava. Look at what will happen even in all these places we're saying. People will be walking with mattresses. People will be walking with kgs of sugar. I mean, that is really not how to win or how to get power, because what we are now saying is it is at all cost, and that's bad manners. Because when you are bribing people, when you are influencing people, when you are openly showing that it's not about the result, or rather the process, you are rather interested in the result, then even any person that does not deserve to be a people's representative will make it there, and that's not the spirit. Because if somebody bribes their way, or somebody is influenced, or some people are influenced in order for them to give somebody leadership, it simply means that that's not somebody who's going to help others. He's going to have to look at himself and perhaps to say, look, you guys didn't vote for me. I bought my way here. So how we go about this is to get back to our hygiene, sanitize how we do things, and accept what is wrong is wrong.
How do we do that? How do we do the sanitization?
This is the thing.
Actually, just to echo what Dr. is saying, and of course, and depart a bit from his thought, whereby the argument that because political parties are also getting it wrong, then it will translate even to IBC and all political parties, and especially those that have parliamentary representation, are all funded by the exchequer.
Correct.
And that means that they owe it to the country and to the nation to ensure that they live within the law, they operate within the confines of the law, and there is no excuse to that. It is only us Kenyans who should get out and, of course, ensure that we call them out and ensure that all people respect the law irrespective of their status and, of course, regardless of who operates an institution. But now the problem is compounded when an independent institution like IBC, you look at the manner in which the current IBC was constituted. It was not quite consultative, if you ask me, in terms of we saw, of course, there is the law, there is the letter, the law as the letter is what it says, but there is also the spirit of the law when you're interpreting the law, whereby you also look at even if the law says that you are the one who is supposed to once the nominations are done, to make the appointments, you must ensure there is consultation among the political actors, so that the IBC that will be formed is one that has the public has confidence in it. But if the one side of the political divide feels that there was undue influence in terms of appointing the IBC commissioners,
yes,
then of course, even right from the word go, and remember we started by saying that an election is a process, not an event. Then right from the word go, people will feel that already this election is already rigged. So there must be public confidence in the referee. And remember, IBC has no choice. Like the Caesar's wife, he said that who must not only be above reproach, but must also be seen to be above reproach.
I want to say something about this referee thing and this IBC thing.
Right.
When you look at the Premier League, It does not matter who referees, because you just need to put on your jersey, whether it is the Manu jersey or Arsenal jersey, and come and play. Because
you
the
have
ref
to say Arsenal,
and the VAR. I didn't want to go there so that you don't. But yeah, the top of the league.
Yes.
VAR is somewhere to assist,
Right.
but essentially the ref knows the rules, and everybody knows the rules.
Yeah.
So what the ref needs to do is to start the game, and people need to behave. When it is a yellow, he brings a yellow, and if it must be a red, he takes.
Yes.
So if we were to agree on what our procedures are and what our responsibilities are, I keep saying we don't even need political players to decide who is in IBC. In fact, IBC can have 3 commissioners.
Yes.
It does not have to have 9 because there will be never enough representation. It can be a man here, a woman there, some professional, and 3. If you look at India, the biggest democracy, how many commissioners are there?
Yes.
Only 3.
Yeah.
And who cares about the IBC? But the rules are followed. So for me, we just need to agree that it is in our hygiene that we need to go back and sanitize, because we will never agree on whether Wakili here is fair or not. We will never agree.
Yeah.
But if Wakili says these are the rules, this is what I'm following, if you don't like it, I have nothing else I can do, then we'll say at least he followed the rules. But for our case, we never trust IBC. In fact, every time we finish an election, we bash IBC. Every time we do an election, we bash IBC. So we'll never get there, because we don't know what we want in a ref. But a referee should be hired by the football authority, given the rules of the game.